Arkansas won the toss. They have elected to receive. And dressed in white with the red trim, they will be going left to right. Just a footnote as they get ready to receive the ball. In 6 games, they have yet to punt on their opening possession. They've scored touchdowns on their first drive in each of the last 3 games, and they've not punted before then.
Read one of the local writers in Arkansas said they got an interesting game plan. They have a well-scripted first drive, a 2-minute drive at the end of the half, and then they hold on in the second half and see if they can win. Yeah. That's dangerous in this league.
Yes, indeed. Joe Adams is back to return it. The freshman Modriquez Humphrey had return kicks in place of the injured Dennis Johnson for a couple of games. Adams got the call last week. So the wide receiver will grab this. Oh, they barely got it at the goal line. Joe Adams up and out of bounds at the 18. Demetrius McNeil with the tackle. Now let's see if we can determine what his plan was here.
We'll say he's looking directly into the sun, and he misjudged it a bit, but you know, he didn't panic, Vern. He got it out. It wasn't a disaster.
Ryan Mallett for the season, 1,748 yards. He has thrown in excess of 300 yards in each of the last 5 games. Empty backfield on first down. Mallett, quick setup. Hit as he lets it go across the middle. It is incomplete. Well, you've met Ryan Mallett. How about the rest of the starting offense? And it is presented by Chick-fil-A. Up front, Love, Grayson, Swanson, Bailey, and Ray Dominguez. Adams, Childs, and Wright, the wide receivers. Greg Childs might be the most gifted of them all, but they're all of them, as Gary said, very good. Here's Bobby Petrino, head coach. 2nd and 10. Fake the toss. Handed off inside to Niall Davis, number 7. He led the way in the win over Texas A&M last week. That's a gain of 14.
Vern, as good as Ryan Mallett has been, every time we talk to Bobby Petrino, he says, I just would love to give him a little bit of a running attack. They had over 200 yards rushing last year against this Auburn team. In fact, Michael Smith went for 184 himself. So you can see what his thinking is. He'd love to be able to keep the pressure off of Mallett.
Ronnie Wingo is in the backfield. They'll use all 3 wide receivers. Broderick Green will be the other. Here's play action. Mallett goes deep right side, over the head, well over the head of the intended receiver, Jarius Wright. Well, let's check this Tiger defense. Carter, Clayton, Nick Fairley has had a really outstanding start. 12.5 tackles for loss. That's 2nd in Division I. Linebackers Stevens, Josh Bynes, and Bates. And in the secondary, and this might be a problem for Auburn, Washington, Etheridge, Savage, and Nico Thorpe. They've given up a lot of big plays.
3 receivers, 1 tight end. Arkansas 75% pass.
And here they go down the left side. Double coverage. Incomplete. Intended for Greg Childs.
Now, that's not something I made up. That's something Ted Roof, defensive coordinator for Auburn, told us. So it's not just I'm aware of it. Auburn is plenty aware of that same formation.
Sent Childs down the left side. That play looked very much like the play with which they defeated Georgia in their last SEC road game. That broke a tie in the last 41 seconds as Childs caught a 41-yard pass for the winning TD. Mallett gets it out. It's dropped. That was Joe Adams, number 3, and for the first time here, Arkansas will punt on its opening drive.
Well, this is about as good as you can throw it.
There is a flag.
Could have been a first down, and this is a little bit, obviously it's going to be a penalty against Arkansas. Little reminiscent to me, Vern, of the nerves that Arkansas had last year against Alabama. Big game, one they had to have. This type of an atmosphere, they did not play well with a lot of drops.
Here's Dylan Breeding. He is a native Alabaman. He played his high school ball at Hoover. Here's the snap back to Dylan. A little pressure from the right side. And this one will bounce and go out of bounds. So nothing on the return. That was Quindarius Carr back to return it. 42-yard punt. And Cam Newton, just a spectacular first 6 games. He'll be the quarterback when Auburn comes on the field on offense. When you come to Jordan-Hare Stadium, you're going to get that little bird thing. Longest win streak in the series, 3 by Auburn, 9 of the 19 decided by 7 points or fewer. First down 10, Tigers. Mario Fannin, as Tracy reported, will get the start. And there's Newton tucking it. Well, he doesn't wait long to run, and this time he picks up only 1 yard. Brian Jones, number 54, makes the tackle. Obviously, Jones in the starting lineup. Cam Newton transferred from Blinn Junior College. I think many of you know, and we'll detail his personal story throughout the afternoon. Out of Atlanta, College Park, Georgia, and he was highly recruited, signed with Florida, played 1 year, redshirted the next, transferred to Blinn. More as we go along. Fannin cut down by Jericho Nelson, number 31, and the rest of the Auburn starting lineup presented by Chick-fil-A. Zimba, Berry, Pugh, Isom, and Mosley up front. Mosley only his 4th start. The rest have 137 starts among them. Burns, Lutzenkirchen, and the rest. 3rd down. 4 wides, 3 to the right side. Arkansas British 4. Newton, flag down, pass complete. It's a first down if the play stands. All the way to the 41. Darvin Adams, number 89, with a 30-yard gain, but hold everything.
Well, our great matchup that we have in this football game are 2 great SEC football players, Lee Zimba and Jake Beckett. And that time, Beckett, I think, forced the hold.
Penn Wagers is the referee today, and it will come back.
One thing I have.
Number 73 on the offense. Penalty 10 yards from the previous spot. Play 3rd down.
One thing I have noticed, Vern, is the defensive ends, and here's the play. Here's the matchup right here that's going to take place. 2 veteran players, and you can see Zimba just dragged Beckett down on the play. The defensive ends, who have had 7 of the 17 sacks for Arkansas, Beckett and Tenarius Wright, number 43, have been lined up real wide. To corral the quarterback. That's what Willie Robinson has told us. He wants to keep them inside. And they've been lined up real wide and coming from the outside.
3rd and 20 after the 30-yard gain negated. Newton hands it off, and it'll be a punt. Just a footnote. In a come-from-behind win over Clemson, Auburn was guilty of 4 holding calls in that game. They've gone through the last 3 games with 0 holding calls until Zimba gets called, and that wipes out a 30-yard gain for a first down.
I think this Arkansas defense started to change when they put that pass rush on against Florida last year. It's been different for this defense ever since then.
Joe Adams back to return the punt, and for the 2nd week in a row, a true freshman, Stephen Clark, will punt, and this one is not going to be noteworthy. It does take an Auburn bounce and comes to a rest inside the 45. The regular was Ryan Shoemaker, and they decided to make the change last week. A 39-yard punt, 5 on the roll. And Gene Chizik, 2nd year head coach, Auburn. First down and 10, Arkansas. 2nd possession. They've got the ball at the 45. As we mentioned earlier, 5 straight games with 300 yards passing. Whoops. Little motion on the left side, and now some finger pointing going on. DeMarcus Love. Let's see who can win the debate. Penn Wagers.
Prior to the snap, offside, 45 on the defense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Carter. is offside.
First down 5.
Yeah, I actually thought it was Zach Clayton, the nose tackle, who kind of jumped in the middle of it that time. Josh Bynes was trying to shift them, but they did not do it very well.
Here's the toss. Niall Davis goal. What a block he got from DJ Williams. My goodness. His tight ends and linemen love it when the block is out in the open.
Yeah, see, DJ is going to line up at tight end a lot, but he's also going to line in the H-back position, and you're going to see him a lot in the next level when he plays on Sunday, kind of going in this motion, and then he backs up into the H-back spot, and then just arc blocks, and watch, outside leg. What does he throw for, Vern? Outside knee. That's the vulnerable spot on that play.
DeSharvin Bell was the recipient of the block from DJ Williams. First down, right side, nice pass. On target to Jarius Wright, but a good defensive job as DeMont Washington, number 14, was right there to apply the stop.
Well, Ryan Mallett has been hot in the first halves of these football games. He started out 0 for 4, so if I'm calling plays, I'm going, he's due to get hot.
Second down, Blue.
This is that pistol formation. Niall Davis comes right. Little bit of a crease as he rounds the corner, cuts inside the 35. Nick Fairley, number 90, who has been outstanding this year. We mentioned at the outset 12.5 tackles for loss. He's also got an interception and 5 sacks. Nick Fairley, best of a very good defensive front four for Auburn.
Yeah, Auburn's Achilles heel is their secondary.
Right.
But now, Arkansas 2 successful runs already in this football game.
Ronnie Wingo is the deep back, number 20. Play fake, Mallett pulls it up, lobs it out, nice. Inside the 20 for the Razorbacks as Niall Davis makes the grab. That's a pickup of 14.
There's the boot, and then there's the new play, the sneak. And this is one of those sneaks. The running back goes from one side and then crosses to the other side. Very difficult to stop unless you're very disciplined on defense.
First down 10, no score. Opening 5 minutes from Auburn, Alabama. Draw play. Davis hit behind the line and just does get back to the line of scrimmage. It was Nick Fairley again. Well, let's check the red zone stats for the Razorbacks presented by Verizon. 12 of 17, 71% once they get inside the 20.
And this is the part of the field that I think Ryan Mallett really needs to zone in on. He was suspect against Alabama. He needs to really keep his feet under him and throw with conviction.
He'll spread them out. 3 wide right, 2 wide left, 1 man in motion. Blitz, Mallett, slant pattern, got it. Broken tackle. Oh boy, that's been a problem for Auburn despite their 6-0 record.
Yeah. I tell you, Childs, he's big, he's tall, but you know what else he's good at? Is getting off on the line of scrimmage. Watch him avoid the jam and get it just too easy. Just way too easy with this level of expertise in throwing the ball.
Third and 1.
They're going to get a timeout. They're going to have to call a timeout. They did. That has been a problem for this Arkansas offensive line. Communication on the road. They had a bunch of pre-snap penalties last week.
Time called, 8:29 to go, opening quarter. First serious scoring threat of the first quarter. Arkansas with a 3rd and 1, and look at this graphic. On 3rd and 1 to 2 yards, dead last in the SEC. Power formation. Broderick Green is the deep back, and the fullback is Van Stuman, number 44. It's Green, right tackle. He got it with that second little lunge.
He got it, and that was a big play for Arkansas, because I was wondering if Bobby would even go for it on 4th down. I was just thinking about what he would do, and you're right, it was his second effort on the play. But now it's going to be a tough 7 yards here, or 8 yards into the goal line. Auburn stopped him enough that you got to figure that if I was an Auburn fan, I'd say I can't let them run it in. Make him at least throw it. That's
DJ Williams setting up to the left side. Play fake, Mallett. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Oh, my goodness, there's a flag in the end zone. However, it's a touchdown as the play stands, and it's Van Stuman, number 44, his first catch. No wonder nobody paid much attention to him. Now then, Arkansas reacting as if it's going to be called against Auburn.
Holding. Number 46 on the defense. Penalty decline. Touchdown.
Well, all of the surprises for the afternoon. Van Stuman, the fullback, with the reception.
One of the things about Bobby Petrino is when he thinks about play calling, he thinks ahead 1 or 2 or 3 plays, and he knew 8 yards would be tough, so he dialed that pass right on 1st down.
That brings on Hawker for the extra point. Zach Hawker, number 18. It's up and good. My goodness. No surprise that Mallett threw it. Big surprise, Stuman caught it.
Well, they shifted from the second receiver to the third receiver when the man went in motion, and that's what confused Auburn. He became the third receiver. They had him at 1 and 2, but when they got to 3, that was just a little too difficult.
Razorbacks come on the road and get the first TD of the afternoon. Alex Tejada will kick off. Already this year, there's the graphic on the touchdown drive. 55 yards in 8 plays, and Stuman with the 7-yard pick. First reception this season, only the 2nd of his career.
You know, the key play in that drive for me, Vern, the holding penalty on the prior series. That's what set up, and then they got the poor punt, and then it was just a run into the end zone for this Arkansas offense.
Funny, we were talking with Gene Chizik yesterday about when you look back, the small things that seem not so significant at the time, but that holding call on Zimba wiped out a 30-yard gain in the 1st down for Auburn. Here's the kick coming left. Down the sidelines. Demond Washington with a huge return. 47 yards.
Well, when we were talking about Auburn being able to find some help for Cam Newton, this was one of the things that he needed. Washington takes and gives this Auburn offense field position and answers that touchdown by the Arkansas offense.
Tackle made by Modricus Humphrey. Number 83, we mentioned it 3 weeks ago that his dad, Bobby Humphrey, a great player for Alabama. Modricus not offered there, and he wound up at Arkansas, and wow. Emory Blake, number 80, bad hand. All right, Tim, thank you. Fake the reverse. Newton rolls out, and he decides to tuck it. Gets a hand on the ground to maintain his balance, and he is downed at the 44. We never did complete the Arkansas defensive line. It's Beckett, Davis, Jones, and Ambrose up front. Beckett with a fine season. Leon, Jerry Franklin leads this team in tackles, and he needs to communicate well today. And in the secondary, Broadway Thomas Krim and Darius Winston gets the start. It's 3rd down and 3.
And it's going to be offsides Arkansas, though.
Flags on the line of scrimmage.
I think it was 92 Quinta Jones that time inside, just trying to time that snap count.
Outside on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Results in a 1st down.
You had better eyes than Penn Wagers did. He stayed generic.
Well, that's what you do sometimes.
I've noticed that.
One of the big guys inside. He's a very disruptive player, Jones is, but he tried to time that snap count and guess wrong.
1st down and 10. 7-0 Arkansas. Newton, the handoff. They try right side. Mario Fannin, a little bit of a surge, and he got him 2 extra yards.
Yeah, when we talked to Gus Malzahn, the offensive coordinator for this moving offense for Auburn, he says his goal, and he's never lost a game, is 80 plays. So we got a countdown play right here. Plays needed for 80. 74 more.
It's kind of like beat the clock. Newton, look at that little move. Look at that second move.
Now,
yes.
Vern, I have to correct you here. When you're 6'6", 250, there's no such thing as a little move.
I'll take that.
I'll take that. The zone read, he keeps it, makes one miss, makes another miss, and an easy 22-yard gain. And it'll be a quick snap. They love to go quick after a first down.
Anthony Leon is a guy who tackled air on that play, number 1. Now the look back over at Newton looks at Gus Malzahn, and there are other callers and
there's everything down there.
They're signaling they could land an aircraft with those semaphores. First down. All of that results in a pass here to the near side. This is Terrell Zachary at the 5-yard line. Rudell Krim finally caught up to him.
Well, it was an easy play with a good block by Cody Burns. He once was a quarterback here. We'll get into the story of why that's such an important thing. Quick screen to the outside. Number 18 gets the block. You put that man on the ground like that, you got a successful play.
Second down, 1. Newton has it up the middle. Touchdown! Oh, boy.
My goodness.
Yes. It was Jericho Nelson, number 31, who tried to make the tackle. Wound up on his back. And Auburn within an extra point try of tying it up. Wes Byram. He had one blocked earlier this year, so almost a sure thing. How about Cam Newton?
Well, this looks familiar, and I know one group of fans, Florida fans, cover your eyes because this was your quarterback. And that's the way it used to happen, but doesn't happen anymore down in Gainesville.
Cam Newton played 1 year at Florida, his freshman season, threw 10 passes. Was going to play as a sophomore, injured after a couple of games, redshirted. There was an incident involving a purchase of a laptop that turned out to have been stolen. That was resolved, not by Newton, by the way. That was resolved. It was when Tim Tebow, he told us, decided to come back for his senior season. Cam Newton decided, I'm going elsewhere. And he transferred. He opted to transfer to Blinn Junior College in Brenham, Texas. His dad was very much involved with the decision. He thought he needed to develop as a person and to play a lot instead of redshirting and sitting out. And there's a whole lot more to the story that we'll talk about throughout the. I've never seen a guy score a touchdown and deliver a pancake block on the same play.
Well, we saw one for a few years, but not here, that's for sure.
It was that Gainesville school you're talking about,
exactly.
right? Yeah.
Cover your eyes.
Byram with the kickoff. Joe Adams is again back, number 3. Controls this one well. And he's out to the 22-yard line. All right, Gary, revisit the touchdown.
Well, this was just a power play by Auburn. It's a play that's going to get a fold-down block right here. Excuse me, right there. Down, and just watch him follow. It's just like a tailback keep, but it's a fullback play. Zimba and Berry just fold it in, and then poor Nelson says, isn't there a weight limit or something here for quarterbacks?
7-7 ball game. 53-yard drive in 6 plays. Cam Newton with a 5-yard run. Handoff right side. Niall Davis, maybe a yard. Well, Ryan Mallett, Cam Newton, the unquestioned stars offensively in this important SEC battle. How are we doing so far? Let's see, on your left, Mallett started 0 for 4, hit his last 4. So the passing edge goes to Mallett, but you will not see him scampering like you will the guy on your right. And Newton has rushed for 35 yards already. Second down, still 10. Mallett has time, delivers it to Niall Davis, who's cut down immediately by Nico Thorpe, number 15, the junior right cornerback.
Nico Thorpe is going to play outside corner. It's a zone on the play. He kind of shoves his receiver to the outside and turns for the next one. And Niles Davis said, that's a nice reception, but that's a tough hit.
You see, Auburn's had problems defending. Third down. All day for Mallett. Out of the backfield. What a fine open field stop by Zach Etheridge, number 4. Young man who had a frightening injury a year ago against Ole Miss with a fractured neck. Came back, got the doctor's approval in August to play, and he got help. It was Kobe Hamilton with the catch. Fourth and 4. Here's Breeding. This one chases Quindarius Carr well back inside the 20, where he stumbles and is knocked down, and a flag is thrown.
Was 2 really nice tackles by the Auburn secondary on back-to-back completions.
In space, as they say. Yep.
During the return, illegal block in the back, number 11 on the receiving team. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
It's on Chris Davis, number 11, a cornerback. And so the march will continue to the south. 7-7 ball game, late first quarter. Arkansas scored on its second possession. The pass from Ryan Mallett to the fullback Van Stuman, and then following a fine kickoff return, Auburn scored the equalizer on Cameron Newton's 5-yard touchdown run.
You know, if I was Arkansas and Willie Robinson right now, I wouldn't panic. You know, they had a successful drive when they scored, but I would not panic early in the game. I wouldn't change my game plan. I wouldn't try to oversell something to my defense. I'd say, we're solid. The guy made a good run against us in a broken play.
Michael Dyer is in the backfield, the freshman who started the last 3 games. Tracy said they were going to give him a little bit of a test and see if he could go full speed. And there's Tenarius Wright, number 43, to make sure he did not get up a full head of steam. Dyer from Little Rock Christian Academy. He turned down Arkansas to come to Auburn.
Yeah, watched him out there Thursday, and right away it popped out that he had a bad knee, was limping. But I did notice he practiced and went through every play, all practice. He wanted to play so badly.
Mario Fannin takes his place. Here's Newton at the 1-yard line. Ooh, boy. And wide open on that little inside cut was Darvin Adams, number 89. Adams is the go-to guy now. A flag after the tackle.
This is just passing 101. The slot goes on a little out route, and the wide receiver turns in, and he's open by 15 yards.
And they may tack on that many here.
After the play is over, or to the back, 28 on the defense, 15 yards, first down.
And this was well after the play was over, too. Tackled, trying to rip the ball out, and throws him down. The whistle had clearly blown 3, 4, 5 seconds before they threw him down.
Greg Gatson, backup cornerback, Here's Newton coming to his left. How about the pass route run by Darvin Adams?
It wasn't much. If you're a high school player or maybe even a junior high player, this guy goes out, this guy goes in, and where is everybody inside? Nobody around. Nobody around. Busted play right there for that inside slot guy, the defender for Arkansas. Following a 1-yard pass route, you got to drop in coverage.
2nd down 6. Handoff right side. Ontario McCaleb, number 23, started his career at Auburn with 100-yard plus efforts in his first 2 games. And yesterday, Gus Malzahn was saying, hey, he weighs 167 pounds. Not the biggest guy back there.
Well, in the space offense that they run, he's very valuable at that size. Couldn't line up a tailback and do it all year.
3rd and 3, 7-7 game. Jericho Nelson was thinking about
they drew the look right here. So now Malzahn can change it. Will Arkansas switch it around, or will they still bring Nelson? Let's see. No, they stayed with the defense. I think Auburn took a timeout.
They did. They did. Bobby Petrino is a little agitated.
Yeah, it still goes back to that call after the pass.
Both teams have used 1 timeout. We're tied at 7. The conversation will continue. Here are the rushing leaders among quarterbacks in Division I. Denard Robinson, of course, had 2 games in which he passed for 200 and rushed for 200. There's Newton, currently 3rd. Here's the quick count. Newton, play action, deep right side. Oh, my goodness. All by himself is Mario Fannin. Little wheel route down the sidelines. Whoa.
They practiced this play 3 times in a row in practice on Thursday, just working on this timing. He lines up in the backfield with a quick snap out of the huddle. Everybody rushes up. It's an on-balance line to the right, and they caught Arkansas misaligned, and it worked for a big play.
Gain of 28. Newton hands it off. Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, my gosh.
How about that?
I don't think I was the only one who thought Fannin was coming this way with the ball.
Well, I tell you, it didn't fool the defensive end. I think it was Miles Nash that time for Arkansas, but he ran right through the tackler. Was it Beckett? Either way, the guy with the defensive end body had to tackle a guy with another defensive end body at quarterback.
Yeah, he walked on campus. Ted Ruth, the defensive coordinator, said, oh, here comes my defensive rush end.
Yes.
No, he's the quarterback. Clock winding down. 7 on the play clock. Fannin, number 27, to the right of Cameron Newton. Corner blitz. Newton pulls up. Flag is down. See if that is the last play of the quarter.
Yeah, it happened right in the middle of the line. Had to be either the center or one of the 2 guards.
Right there in the middle of the screen is one of the most charismatic assistant coaches in college football, Trooper Taylor. There he is. Was at Tennessee on Philip Fulmer's staff, took an opportunity to come down to Auburn. I watched him play high school tailback at Cuero, Texas.
Oh.
Yeah.
Holding. Number 50 on the offense. 10-yard penalty. Replay 2nd down. The period is ended. This will be an untimed down.
So we will stay in the north end of the stadium for this last play of the first quarter.
Again, I think what you'll see from Arkansas here is trying to keep the 2 safeties back and kind of make everything happen in front of them here. Keep it to a short pass.
2nd down, 16. Newton Down the sidelines, that was intended for Cody Burns. He was recruited. He's a fifth-year senior, was the quarterback, alternated for much of one season before moving out to wide receiver. That's the end of the first. We'll return to Jordan-Hare Stadium after this message and a word from your local station. We welcome you back to Jordan-Hare Stadium on the campus of Auburn University, Auburn, Alabama. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, and Tracy Wolfson. Auburn has a chance to break the tie. They're looking at 3rd and 16 from the 26-yard line, 3 wides to the left and 1 wide right. That would be Darvin Adams. Now the look back over at the Auburn bench. Newton. Oh, wow, wide open. Overthrows him.
Threw a knuckleball.
Oh, dear.
Threw a knuckleball. I watched him for 2 hours. I didn't see one pass that didn't spiral. And this one, he had him so wide open, he threw it before he wanted to throw, and that ball just sailed. That could have been a touchdown. Yeah, that ball, that's one he'd like to have back. He never got over the top of that throw. He was way underneath it. It just went way up in the air.
That'll bring on Wes Byram, 8 for 11 this year. This is from 43 yards out. It will cut inside, and that's a new season high for Byram of 43 yards. Previous long was 39. He kicked the game winner last week in Lexington against Kentucky, but Newton missed a big opportunity. Beautiful view from overhead of this crowd in excess of 87,000 as Auburn has taken a 10-7 lead. We were just commenting during the break. We're used to a cauldron of noise in most stadiums. It's a little lackadaisical here today.
Well, my only theory is that these Auburn fans are pretty sophisticated. They've had 2 gimme wins, but in the 4 legit games, it's gone to the 4th quarter. So everybody's going, just settle down, settle down. It's all in the 4th quarter.
Right.
Just hang in there. Ryan's going to complete some passes. Cam's going to make some guys miss. It's all going to happen late.
They do have a 3-point lead, and they will kick off. Right now, the deep man is Kobe Hamilton, number 11. As Joe Adams returned the first 2, and obviously the Arkansas staff not that happy with the end result. Byram will kick off.
Kobe Hamilton, probably the fastest guy in the football field.
Yeah, 200-meter dash man for the Arkansas varsity track team, and that's one of the better track and field teams in college sports. Here's Hamilton at the goal line. Well, you can't get up ahead of speed if they nail you at the 10. Demetrius McNeil. Whoa. Oh, boy.
See, you're not allowed to get out of your lane in track. But in this sport, they're allowed to go anywhere. And, oh, man.
Oh, dear.
I got to say, not a lot of conviction from Kobe there on that kickoff return. He never got it in high gear.
So from the 12, Ryan Mallett. And the Razorbacks, Ronnie Wingo is the running back. Nice play fake. Mallett lobs it out. Wingo, trouble hanging on. And there's Damon Washington, number 14, with the tackle. Well, let's take a look at the tail of the tape. Ryan Mallett, Cam Newton.
Well,
both 6'6".
Yeah, both 6'6", and both do what they do as well as anyone in the country. Ryan, of course, has got that big arm that can throw anywhere on the field. Has thrown for 300 yards in every game. We talked about that. And Cam, we've already seen what Cam can do all over the field. He's a nightmare to stop.
Both transfer students, as I think many of you know. Mallett began his career at Michigan. Started 3 games as a true freshman, and this pass on the line and another fine open field tackle. Jarius Wright makes the stop, number 4. 19-yard gain, first down and 10. Left side. That's right.
Florida played Michigan in the bowl game, the Cap 1 game.
Second down, left side. Roderick Green, number 29, into the secondary. and out near the 50. He appears to have been stopped at the 49. Mike McNeil, number 26, made the tackle.
Well, I got to believe Bobby Petrino is really happy with the way this game has started off. His quarterback started off 0 for 4, okay? He's now 8 for 12. That means he's hit his last 8 passes. He's been throwing it short. He hasn't had one close where he's tried to make too much happen. He's very patient, and they're in the football game, obviously.
4-man rush, Mallett. Caught. Jarius Wright, that's another Arkansas first down.
Caught a tipped pass, too. That ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage, and Wright stuck with it. Mallett was going to deliver another fastball. Let's see. Yes, it was. You could see it. Knocked down right up front. I think it was Zach Clayton that got his hand on it.
Twas. That's a gain of 16. Another Arkansas first down. At the 35, trailing by 3. Mallett pumps once. Oh, his receiver slipped. And his receiver claims he was held. And his receiver, Greg Childs, does not win the argument.
You can see what Arkansas and Mallett and Petrino have been trying to do. Remember those throws in the flat where the corner was coming in and hitting the running back or the tight end? They've been dropping off the receiver, so he's trying to throw behind the corner's back to the outside and get them to follow that receiver up the field.
Childs alone top of the screen.
That didn't look right.
No, the draw play and a little indecision at the point of the handoff.
Yeah, I don't think the running back knew the play this time.
That's Broderick Green, number 29.
Yeah, he was just standing there when Mallett wanted to run the play. That was a mental error. You can't do that on second down. Now you got 3rd and long.
Arkansas needs 9. Childs sets up in the slot. Toss. Near side. Got the first down. How about that? Joe Adams, the wide receiver who lined up and took the toss.
Everyone in the stadium, including yours truly, thought this was going to be a pass play. But he crossed them up. What did Gene Chizik say to us about Bobby? He doesn't strong arm his offense. He doesn't want to force it into anything. He's very patient play caller, and you could see it right there.
That was a gain of 12 on 3rd and 9. Mallett strong arms this one. Nice job of holding on by Kobe Hamilton.
Same play again. They know that the corners are looking for the inside slot, and Mallett is going over the top. He's going to read this guy. He's been making tackles on the slot. Now watch what he does. Mallett has been throwing fastballs. He says he's squatting. I'm going right over his head, and he puts it up top for his receiver. You can't lay it up. He throws it like a bullet out there.
Mallett missed his first 4, has hit 10 of his last 11. Here's the runner coming to the near side, Niles Davis. He had 18 carries last week. 10 carries, I beg your pardon, in that win over Texas A&M down in Arlington. Craig Stevens with the tackle. Niles Davis. They'll use all 3 running backs. And Dennis Johnson, who was a very important part of the ground attack for this team, suffered a very serious injury earlier this year. And Bobby Petrino telling us last night he's coming along. He's doing fine. 11th play of the drive that started at the 12-yard line. Green. Well, there's been an absence of a ground game this season for the Razorbacks, but the last couple of games, look at that.
Arkansas has been very successful running outside. Let's see if they go outside again and try to hook and get around this Auburn team.
They need 2. It's 3rd and goal. Need 2 for the touchdown. Stuman is the fullback. Now he's a blocker to the right side. It's an old-fashioned wing. Mallett, as he lets it go, is hit. And there is a flag.
Oh, my.
Oh, dear. That one came from 20 yards away. Nick Fairley was giving chase to Ryan Mallett and just about got there.
Yeah, I think DeMond Washington, number 14, see, he doesn't know Mallett is under pressure and he could have laid off. He thinks Mallett's got an easy throw and he panics in the secondary.
Pass interference. 14 on the defense. Ball be placed at the 2-yard line. First down.
See, watch, he just grabs him with his left arm. That was close, but Mallett was under pressure. He had to let it go just to avoid a sack from Fairley.
Now the reaction you hear
that
is...
that was a tweener.
Well, you know, it looked to me like he was saying, why don't you just have a seat here? Ushering him into the movie theater.
Yep.
Yeah, that was anything but a violent collision. However, touchdown, Arkansas. Broderick Green got the carry, and the Razorbacks have gone back on top.
I'll tell you, they answered it. Mallett did it with those throws over the corner and then just enough runs. How about that key 3rd down and long, running 12 plays, 88 yards against this Auburn defense.
Green got the touchdown. That key play to which Gary refers was the toss to Joe Adams, who lined up in the backfield.
They're going to review it.
They're going to review it. Okay. That's interesting. They don't tell us who the replay official is on the official flip chart. And here's Green. Did he break the plane? Looked like he did from our vantage point, but this might be a little better view. I don't think there's any question about that.
That 3rd down run, that's the one that kind of broke. You know, that was the one that got the touchdown for Arkansas. There's no doubt about that.
And they have indicated to us, the anonymous replay official has said, play stands. Zach Hawker is on to try the extra point.
And of course, the booing is still the prior penalty call. That's what the Auburn fans are reacting to.
Arkansas leads by 4.
All right, let's take one more look at this. The back official right there is going to go. He's already reaching for his flag. He's got a direct line on Washington's left hand. He calls it. It comes out late, but he was reaching for it way before that, okay? So he saw the left hand. Let's see if we can see anything again. Right there is where he starts to call the flag. So he saw Washington's left hand tug his jersey or go around his stomach, and that official threw it way before the crowd saw him throw the flag. That's when he saw it. There's that delay, reach and throw.
And so the kickoff, 14-10. Tejada, DeMond Washington grabs it at the 4 to the 20. Out to the 29. He sure was. And what was intended to be about a 10-minute conversation was extended to 35 minutes. Yeah. On first down. Out near the 35. Well, beautiful views on this spectacular Saturday afternoon, Jordan-Hare Stadium, and aerial coverage of the SEC on CBS Sports, provided by Goodyear. 2nd down, 6. 14-10, Arkansas. Newton. That'll be another first down after the 40-yard line.
Well, I think what you're going to see is, and I think this is where Gene Chizik goes over to Gus Malzahn and says, you know, our defense just got gashed for 88 yards. Let's see if we can slow it down a little bit now, make some first downs. We don't need to be in a big hurry. Remember that 19-play drive they had to end the game against Kentucky? He'd like a few first downs and slow the clock down.
Fannin bounces it to the outside. That's a missed tackle by the Razorbacks. And Fannin ridden out of bounds with another first down, 12-yard gain. All right, thank you, Tim. First down and 10 here.
Yeah, the pressure is switching around, isn't it?
Newton avoids the tackle, avoids a second. Watch out. Avoids a third. And that is a small example, folks, of why this transfer from Blinn Junior College is on the short list, at least for now, of Heisman Trophy candidates.
You know, I read this line about him. He was the most highly anticipated player in a generation here for Auburn, yet no one thought he would be as good as he's been so far. That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, 3 times already this year he's rushed for in excess of 170 in ball games, and he's having a splendid first half here. Play clock at 2. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. My goodness.
I think look at that is enough. A tight end body with wide receiver speed.
Well, as if he needed help, Mike Berry supplied a block. That's a gain of 40 yards. Let's try it again. Not this time. Well, of course, he said to us yesterday he decided to transfer when Tim Tebow came back. But this is the comparison: Tebow in 07, Newton.
Yeah, that's
10.
the guy I think we talked about a couple times before. His Heisman Trophy winning season, and this just jumps out. Cam Newton 6-0. I'm telling you, whichever quarterback wins this game is going to be right up there in the Heisman talk.
Fannin. Touchdown.
Oh, he dropped the ball.
Did he really?
Yes.
It's out of there. As he was going in, the ball came out.
Oh, my. I don't know if it was a bad, he had it, that's for sure. Helmet right on the football. And that's what caused it. It came out right before it got to the line. It's very, very close.
Jericho Nelson with the pop. Fannin lost his starting spot. He's had shoulder problems, but he's had fumble problems as well.
The ruling on the field is a touchdown.
Well, now we're going to review
now
it.
The ball was laying on the field short of the line. Now the question is, did he cross the plane?
Exactly.
I saw the ball clearly laying on the field. And that is true. You can see Tremaine Thomas is the guy. Oh, I don't know. I'll tell you, I don't know. Now remember, Thomas is right in the way of the replay official. So the key point here is it's ruled a touchdown on the field. I didn't think he had it when he crossed the line. It's between his feet. Thomas pushes it out right at the line. Now remember again, Vern, it was called a touchdown.
Exactly. Jim Allison, by the way, is the replay official.
I got to say, you want me to guess?
That they won't overturn it?
I don't know if they've got enough to overturn it. Because in the one view that you could tell, he's being blocked. Logic tells you he doesn't have it.
Right.
There it comes out.
But you can't tell from
Not
that
from there.
angle.
You can't tell if he's crossed the plane that goes all the way up in the air. How close is that?
Now, Tremaine Thomas, it was Jericho Nelson with the first hit, then number 5, Tremaine Thomas.
Logic tells you he didn't cross, but vision doesn't. This is a very interesting one. I don't think you're allowed to speculate. That's the funny part of this one.
Mm-hmm. Was the ball in his possession when he is said to have crossed the line?
It was Thomas's right hand we saw from behind is the one that tapped the ball out.
Right.
Now, if you put the two pictures together, you say, oh, my God, he didn't cross it. But there is no picture to verify that. I am not a fence sitter, but I'm right in the middle.
The ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
That's what I thought. No visual evidence, right?
Yeah. And so the significant thing is the call on the field. Gary, I did not see a touchdown signal, which is, but.
Can I read the rule?
You bet.
The replay official may reverse a ruling if and only if the video evidence convinces beyond all doubt. All doubt.
Extra point is up and good. It was called a touchdown. It stands as a touchdown. So you get a pretty good argument from Bobby Petrino. Bobby Petrino's aggressiveness with his displeasure in conversation with the officials continued during the timeout. Here's an interesting shot, Gary.
I'll tell you what Bobby Petrino's saying. He's saying, who called the touchdown? Because you'll see one official down on the bottom throws the bag. The umpire doesn't signal touchdown. Who signals touchdown is what Bobby Petrino is saying. That's the blimp shot. Watch down here. This official throws the bag. That symbolizes a fumble right there. We're still looking for somebody, one of the officials, to signal who signaled touchdown is what Bobby Petrino's saying. He's arguing the opposite. He's saying the officials on the field ruled it a fumble. That's his argument. Life in the SEC.
Oh, yeah. Well, just as a parenthetical expression here, the commissioner, Mike Slive, is in attendance.
He's used to it, I gotta
say. Indeed. Kobe Hamilton will return the kick. Runs up, grabs it at the 14, out of bounds at the 25. New quarterback in now. There's a reverse. Near side. Jarius Wright breaks a tackle. Tyler Wilson was the quarterback. And there are 2 flags back inside the 15-yard line.
There's a flag on the play.
Wilson, I'm guessing in only for that one play.
No, I can't even imagine they take him out for a reverse. It just almost.
Yeah, I wonder if I'm sure Tracy's going to hustle over and see if Mallett.
Yeah.
Illegal block in the back. Number 71 on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Down remains first.
That's Wade Grayson. We have an unconfirmed report that he went into the locker room.
Remember that throw, that penalty throw to the end zone where I said that Washington had no idea that Mallett was under duress?
Right.
That has to be the play.
Well, we've got the Wolf on the trail. On first down, Wilson from the backside. He's got a man deep, and it's overthrown. Incomplete all the way to the 40-yard line. Intended for Kobe Hamilton, the speedster. Tyler Wilson, a sophomore out of Greenwood, Arkansas. I don't think he expected to play in this one. Here's Mallett, and that's Fairley.
Hey, lands on him. That could be left arm, left rib cage.
And we are told now, Tracy, in the vicinity of the Arkansas bench, and they are refusing to give any information on where he is or what his problem might be. Meanwhile, there's an injured player at the 35-yard line. Desharvin Bell is the injured player. We'll take a timeout. Back in Alabama right after this. 5:57 to go, and concern now for the status of Ryan Mallett, the outstanding quarterback. This is the play. We surmise he was injured on this play when tackled. That appears to
stayed in for the next play. That was the fourth down handoff. He raised both arms. You could see that his left arm didn't go real high on the play, but he did raise it a bit.
And we did not see him leave the field. Tyler Wilson playing in only his second game. Now, during the timeout, Ryan Mallett's father got on the cell phone, and this was moments ago. This is Jim Mallett, and I don't have any idea to whom he was speaking, but he was trying to get some information, and we don't know whether or not he got the information he was desirous of. Here's Wilson across the middle, caught Jerry's right. And for what we know, here's the lady in the know. Here's Tracy.
Well, guys, as you mentioned, Arkansas will give me no information whatsoever. They said that he is in the locker room and they will be evaluated for a knee injury. That, though, is coming from Auburn sideline. That's how I found out the information. We probably will receive nothing until after half, guys.
All right, Trace, thank you. 17-14, 5:25 to go in the first half. They loaded up 3 wides to the right side. Wilson, handoff. Running back, Ronnie Wingo, and Wingo is going to be short of the first down. And it would appear the Razorbacks are going to have to give it up.
Yeah, now this becomes very critical to stay in this football game. They must get a stop. Remember, Auburn gets the ball to start the second half. This could be 3 straight possible possessions, basically, for Auburn. A touchdown. Newton engineered it with the long run. Then they get a quick stop with the backup quarterback in. They get the ball, and they could get it again to start the second half.
Dylan Breeding is on to punt for the Razorbacks. Oh, the rush is coming, and they've got it. Deflected. Out of bounds at the 25. They brought the rush. Antonio Goodwin with the deflection.
He went right by the 3 blockers and then just ducked in. I think he was the 3rd man in from the bottom. I think he's right here. Watch his action. 3 men. Comes in, not touched, and not touched again. No one touches him at all. A run right at the punter. Twice runs by 2 Arkansas blockers.
So with the deflected punt, Auburn takes over. Cam Newton 5 yards back. Watch out, Cody Burns can throw it, but it's well covered. Diving try, Emory Blake. Cody Burns, who started half a season as a quarterback. Matter of fact, he was signed by Auburn. Excuse me.
Great play by Isaac Madison that time, number 6. He did not fall for it at all. Auburn tried to steal one there. Newton's so effective, they tried to get a trick play off the option pass.
Eric Smith is the H-back, number 32, to the right side. Here's Newton. He's got that play down.
Well, Newton is averaging 17 rushes per game. And you can understand why. He already has 11 in this game. And he just runs it right at the gut. Newton for over 100 yards already.
106, first half. Watch out. Strolling into the end zone, Ontario McCaleb. 13-yard gain and a touchdown. McCaleb's 3rd touchdown of the season. Wes Byram with the extra point. It's good. A controversial touchdown call goes Auburn's way. A deflected punt, and now this TD.
They moved Lee Zimba over, the tackle to the right side at tight end. Jerry Franklin says, I got to stop Newton. Watch that. They moved the tight end. Zimba gets the big block. Inside, Franklin stays for Newton. A well-designed play, and they caught Arkansas flat-footed.
Eric Smith also a part of it. And in a 2-minute span, Gene Chiswick's team has extended its lead. Gene Chiswick in his 2nd year as the head coach. Had 2 years at Iowa State, former defensive coordinator here. Don't ever believe he's just a placid man. Look at this reaction. Ryan Pugh, the head coach, Chiswick. Ontario McCaleb.
And you see the first guy he hugged there, Vern, was Gus Malzahn. And he did that because that's a coaching staff. That was a schemed play. They prepared for it. They had it in the arsenal. That's exactly what they prepared for, and that's why he hugged Malzahn. That's exactly what we thought we'd get, and they got it.
Gus Malzahn, of course, the highly successful high school coach, Springdale, Arkansas, offensive coordinator for Houston Nutt at Arkansas. He brought with him Mitch Mustaine as a freshman who started 8 games, and Mustaine's presence at Arkansas was the reason Ryan Mallett chose to first enroll at Michigan, now out to the 34-yard line. So small little relationships between these two teams. And Malzahn, interesting, Gene Chiswick said yesterday, no, I didn't know him at all. He was at Tulsa after his stint at Arkansas, and he said, I called him and I said to Gus Malzahn, give me your 3 best running plays that you can hang your hat on. And they found out that they had a lot in common, and he offered him the job. 1st down and 10. Still Tyler Smith. We still have not received any word on Ryan Mallett's status. He is in the locker room. That's the best we know.
And what do you do now if you're Bobby Petrino calling plays? I'll tell you what you have to do. Survive the first half and stay in the football game. They don't want to give the ball back again, and Auburn's got 2 timeouts still left in this first half. If there's not a pickup, a significant pickup here, you may see Chiswick just call a timeout. Backup quarterback in the game.
Niall Davis is the running back. Little flip out on the right side. That's caught. There's a missed tackle. And this is Joe Adams. And they got the first down. Clock will stop for the moment now when they reset the chain.
Yeah, that's just surviving the first half right now. Now he feels that Tyler Wilson can now run some plays. Okay, Joe Adams, so good at making people miss once he gets the football, makes 1 guy miss, 2 guys miss, and gets a big first down for this Arkansas team. They want to survive to see if they have Mallett for the second half, settle down at halftime. Any points will be a bonus.
Whoops. Wilson knocked down by Nosa Igwe, number 94, young man from Mansfield, Texas, who became a starter 3 games ago. Beat out a senior Mike Goggins. And it's 2nd down.
Remember, Tyler Wilson had all of the snaps in spring football because Mallett had the surgery, so he has plenty of experience running this offense in spring football.
Right. Oh, he was looking left the whole way, and he is caught and dropped.
First guy was Nick Fairley. I don't know who cleaned it up after that.
I think Fairley's going to get credit for the sack, and if so, it's number 6 on the season.
Fairley came in first, number 90. And then Blanc might have get it at the end. I don't know. He might have just tripped him, but you're right, Vern. I mean, Fairley gets it in there. He has been almost unblockable.
3rd and 17. Wilson pulls up, lets it go, man open. First down, Arkansas. At the 30-yard line, the catch made by Joe Adams.
Well, one thing you know about a Petrino quarterback, You're not getting a scholarship unless you can throw the football, because that's what he does. Wonderful feel that time by Adams, finding the kind of soft spot in the zone and setting down for his quarterback to make a throw. It's a huge drive for Arkansas.
That was a gain of 24.
It looks bad, but a field goal is big for Arkansas. Makes it a 7-point game.
Lance Ray on the field. Here's a draw play. Left side, one-on-one. Down the sidelines and out of bounds goes Niall Davis. Another first down.
He better be careful. He got a call. Niles Davis. Jeez, oh man. And he's getting it from his DeMarcus Love, his tackle right there. What are you thinking, son? Your team is trying to survive and you just got selfish.
Take a look at the end of the play, thus the flag.
Just go back to the huddle. He wouldn't start yapping, and he got the flag.
After the play's over, unsportsmanlike on number 7 of the offense. The result of the play was a first down. First down.
And it wasn't just me that was upset. Watch DeMarcus Love, number 65, grab him and say, "What are you doing? We're trying to win an SEC championship."
And then Ray Dominguez came over to give him an earful, and now he's going to get it on the sidelines.
I mean, he's had a good football game.
Yep.
It was a great run, but you got to calm down and get back to the huddle.
So after the penalty, first down at the 34. Wilson, deep right side, man coverage. Battle. Is it caught? It is. Touchdown. Greg Childs, number 85.
Childs hands it to him. You see that? Boy, Nico Thorpe is going to want this one back, Vern. Ball up in the air, good position, turn around and find the ball. He never looked back for the ball.
So with Ryan Mallett in the locker room for the last 2 series, with an injury, the knowledge of which we don't have, Tyler Wilson comes on and throws the touchdown with 1:06 to go before the break.
How about an impressive drive was that, huh? With your backup quarterback. Like I say, if you're going to get a scholarship for Petrino, you got to be able to throw the ball. 7 plays, 3 of them passes, and he puts it right to the outside, and Childs gets some separation and gets the touchdown.
Well, remember, they overcame a 3rd and 17.
Absolutely.
With a 24-yard
That was the
game.
scramble out by 2 big plays by the backup quarterback.
3-point margin, 66 seconds to go before the break. Tejada will kick it off. And this will result in a touchback. That's his 8th touchback. I'm laughing because of what card I've got in my hand here. Jimmy Johnson's not on that show.
I haven't seen Jimmy on there. I think he's gone.
He got the hook early.
Really interesting calls here now for Auburn. Backed up. You know, they got a minute. They got a game-breaking quarterback. But a big mistake here. The risk-reward. Let's see what kind of trust he has in his outstanding junior quarterback here.
First down 10. Roll out.
There's a run all the way.
Yes, it was. And he picks up 8. Jericho Nelson with the tackle.
You know, it's interesting. We were talking about Auburn's plays that they wanted 80, and as you can see, that's Mr. Mallett getting information about Ryan.
That is Zach Higbee on your left in the suit, media director, and that's Jim Mallett. So Zach Higbee, obviously Jim Mallett now knows the status of his son. We do not know. We've not been told anything.
Put the wolf on Mr. Mallett.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what he's in for, does he?
There's the first down. Clock stops on the first down momentarily. 54 seconds to go. Auburn does have 2 timeouts remaining and another player down. That's DeQuinta Jones. Now he's up. Looks like he's fine. Under 50. blitz. Newton lets it go. Caught at the 45-yard line. Newton about to get nailed. It didn't matter.
How about Willie Robinson coming with an all-out blitz and going man-to-man coverage on this situation? Now it's an option at least for Byron to get a field goal try.
That's a gain of 20.
Surprising defensive call there. Again.
Here goes Newton.
Yep.
Comes right. Goes left. Enjoy the Heisman conversation, Cam.
Absolutely. A blitz again, man-to-man in the secondary. Nobody's got the rights on the quarterback, and Newton is dangerous in the secondary. Well, dangerous anyway.
That is a gain of 29 yards. Auburn will use its second timeout.
He's run for 143 yards in the first half.
He's right on average.
Jeez.
Now it's time to take a look at our Home Depot tools for success. Wonder who this might be.
Well, the guy's got a lot of tools. I mean, he, as we said, at a defensive end body and wide receiver speed. I mean, he's faster than Tebow, I will tell you that. I'm not putting him in Tebow's class, obviously, but he does have that big playability when he has the ball in his hands. He can run play-action passes all by himself. He doesn't need to fake to anybody. And when you try to make a tackle, you've got 5'9" defensive backs trying to tackle him in the secondary, and they had to take a timeout. He's out of gas.
Well, he went to Blinn so he could grow up and learn to play, and they did some research. Blinn Junior College, coached by Brad Francione, whose father, Dennis, was once the coach at Alabama, later at Texas A&M. Here's Newton. Steps back, keeps it, lobs it out, man open. That's Mario Fannin, and he is going to be brought down at the 8-yard line.
It's a big no first down, because a first down would have stopped the clock.
There's a flag. And it's thrown here at the 6-yard line on the near side.
Didn't see that.
And a player is down as well. I think it's Brian Jones, number 54.
Really don't know. I think it might have been late in the play. Might have been Ryan Pugh late in the play, blocking downfield, the center for Auburn. If so, that's a big penalty. It's going to move it back.
So attention being paid to the injured player. Now they'll bring the chain all the way across, and we still have no indication of the penalty.
I thought it was short by a few inches from the first down. And everything happened real late. That flag came out real late.
So the measurement, and it'll be second down.
After the play is over, dead ball, personal foul on number 50. 15 yards, second down.
Yeah, Ryan Pugh hustling. This is a hustle penalty. I mean, this was hairline. His guy's up there getting hit by 3 or 4 Arkansas Razorbacks, and he comes in late and delivers a blow, actually from behind that time against Rudell Krim. Late, a little late, and from behind.
And it is Brian Jones, the injured player. The penalty on Pugh as he hit Rudell Krim, and Jones limping off without assistance. See him top of the screen. So it's second down and 16. 6 penalties already in this ball game.
Right. You wonder now, second down, will Auburn take one shot to the end zone? They got 17 seconds, but more importantly, they have a timeout left. Will they try to throw one deep? And the look again, by the way, from Willie Robinson is that he's going to bring them. Looks man-to-man again.
And he does. Newton. Man coverage near side, up in the air. Flag. You bet. 2 flags. Wow.
That was a long play. Did that play take 17 seconds?
Oh my gosh.
The clock must have stopped before they started. Yeah, they must have started the clock.
Yep.
Took my eyes, was watching downfield. That's close. Had there not been a flag, that's moving into Les Miles territory.
We're going to see the Mad Hatter here in Auburn next week. Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
And you have a number with a 0 after that. That's good coaching.
Interference. Number 26 on the defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
So before the play was snapped, they started the play clock. Look at how it went down. That's what happened to Les Miles. The play got started. Now what do? Do you kick a field goal or do you try to get a touchdown?
Well, they called timeout to discuss it as the game clock winds down to 1. You know what? Wasn't it here that he went for the end zone with a second left? Les Miles we're talking about. 2007, and Demetrius Byrd caught a touchdown pass.
Yeah, it ended up with the second left. He didn't go for it.
You're right.
Left.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So now I think don't you just have to kick the field goal and take the 3 points? You can't afford it. I mean, if it was the 2-yard line and Newton was in there, I'd say it's worth the gamble. But I just take the 3 points. You know it's going to come down to the fourth quarter anyway.
Well, you got Wes Byram, who is on the verge of becoming the all-time leading point scorer. He's going to surpass his old teammate John Vaughn here shortly, and he already is the leader in career field goals made. This from 26 yards out. Neil Caudle is the holder. Bobby Petrino calls timeout. Well, let's revisit the play in which Ryan Mallett, the Arkansas quarterback, was injured. Play action. Fairly chasing him down. We're not going to speculate on what it was. We hope to find out from Bobby Petrino as we go into the halftime break. But Mallett has been in the locker room ever since. That's his dad on the left.
And Mallett had started the game 0 for 4. He was 10 for 15. He was having his normal game. Not a lot of yards he didn't throw for, but Tyler Wilson comes in as backup and goes 4 for 5 and leads him down for a touchdown.
Debbie Mallett, his mom, who was sitting alongside her husband, has left that seat. I'm just going to guess she might have gone down to the Arkansas locker room. Now here's Byram. 26-yard field goal attempt. Neil Caudle will hold. Perfect. Gosh, anything go on in the first half?
Just 48 points, an injury to a Heisman hopeful, and two of the teams that control their destiny, well, at least Auburn does, I don't know about Arkansas yet, but two significant teams.
(27-21) at the break. Let's go down to Tracy, who's with Coach Bobby Petrino.
Thanks, Vern. Coach, can you tell us what happened to Ryan Mallett?
He got hit in the head. That's all I know.
It's a head injury?
I guess.
Do you expect him to return in the second half?
I have no idea.
How about Tyler Wilson and the job he did on that drive coming in?
He did a great job. He can really throw it. He did a nice job of being patient, and everybody rallied around him and really did a good job of playing hard.
Still, though, you've given up 143 yards rushing to Cam Newton alone. How do you slow him or contain him?
We're not playing hard enough up front and staying in our gaps and recognizing their blocking schemes. We really got to do a much better job in the second half.
Thanks a lot. Back to you, Vern.
All right, Tracy, thank you. That's the end of the half with the score 27-21. Now let's go to Tim Brando in our New York studio. 27-21, undefeated Auburn leading once beaten Arkansas. Just a moment ago, the Arkansas Razorbacks led out of the locker room by Tyler Wilson. He's on in place of an injured Ryan Mallett. For an update, here's Tracy with Bobby Petrino.
Coach, can you give us an update on Ryan Mallett?
He's been diagnosed with a concussion. He's out for the game.
What did you tell Tyler Wilson before he took the field?
Tyler just needs to relax and do what he can do. He's a great thrower. He's very confident. Did an excellent job moving us down. I've got all the confidence in the world in him.
There was a huddle right before everyone took the field. What was said inside of it?
I don't know. I didn't get in.
Finally, the adjustments you need to make in the second half.
Well, we really got to do a better job on the quarterback runs, the quarterback zone, and the draw play, and make them get to 3rd and long. If we can do that, we got a chance to have success.
Appreciate it. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, Tracy, thank you. So Ryan Mallett injured with 9. We think the injury occurred when he was brought down by Nick Fairley. 9:42 to go in the second quarter, diagnosed with a concussion, and will remain in the locker room for the remainder of the game. That's Wilson, who came on and led them to a touchdown. Tejada will kick off. Auburn will get the ball to open the 3rd quarter. Washington and McCaleb are the deep men. This will be DeMond Washington. It slips through his hands. This will be a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. Well, Gary, I had a chance to talk with Keith Jackson, the great Oklahoma All-American who does radio for Arkansas. He was very positive about Tyler Wilson. Now, how do you think Mallett's absence will affect us?
Well, I don't think it can affect Arkansas. I think Petrino has to know that he's not likely to stop this Auburn offense and Cam Newton. So he has to call plays and not coach around his quarterback. He needs to attack because he knows that he's not just behind by 6 points. He may be behind. I mean, there might be 2 more touchdowns that Auburn scores, so he's going to need more than just 1 to win this game.
Auburn will open. Cam Newton, who had a splendid first half of play on 1st down and 10. Sweep, McCaleb near the 30, just short of the 1st down.
Well, you know that Arkansas, as Bobby Petrino told Tracy, was in there saying, how do we stop Newton? So what do? You start out with a speed sweep. Good play calling.
McCaleb with the touchdown in the first half. Here's Newton again up the middle again. And 1st down at the 40-yard line. Take a look from up on top.
We've seen a lot of these type of guys. This is a power play. Pull the backside guard, just a power O. Every running play that Auburn has, they have a connected play for the quarterback. Tailback, quarterback, same plays.
There's the tailback, Mario Fannin, number 27. The starter, Mike Dyer, gave it 1 play. He did not start the game. Tracy got the information from Gene Chizik that Dyer would go to see if he was effective, and he was not. So I'm sure he'll sit out the rest of the game. He's the freshman out of Little Rock. Here's Newton. How about these trends in the first half?
Well, you know it's got to be about the 2 quarterbacks, 1 injured Mallett, but let's start with Cam Newton. 230 of his 270 accounted for the whole offense, obviously running and passing. Ryan Mallett left the game with a concussion. The most important thing, I think, is the 7 points scored by Arkansas at the end of that drive. That kept them in the game.
Sweep, right. Fannin cuts back to the 45-yard line. That's a gain of almost 5 yards. Jerry Franklin, number 34, leading tackler for the Razorbacks, was there in the middle.
I really don't know what you do if you're Arkansas. You tried to play zone, you tried to corral them, you tried to blitz them, nothing worked.
And here's Fannin breaking a tackle.
It's not like you got any subs on your bench that are any different. I think what Petrino told Tracy is right. If we don't win up front with our front 4, we have no chance in this game. Beckett, Davis, Jones, Ambrose, Wright, Miles Nash, those guys have to make plays.
Well, we mentioned that Cam began his career at Florida, and then played at Glenn Junior College, Brenham, Texas. Here's the Aflac Duck. And it is time for the trivia question. Who is the only transfer player to win the Heisman Trophy? I think this is a good one. Not that that matters.
Well, these 2 guys were both in the hunt, and I don't remember one in recent memory.
Again, Mallett began his career at Michigan, transferred to Arkansas. Here's Newton back. Oh, watch out. There he steps out of that tackle, looks for a block, doesn't need it, goes right, out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. 27 yards on that game.
Boy, everybody that has a 6'5", 250-pound high school kid is going to put him at quarterback after this, aren't they? My goodness. Goes right through Beckett, kind of kicks out of it, you know?
Fannin. Well, the stats are becoming gaudy now for Cameron Newton, the 6'6" quarterback. In this game now, 16 carries for 186 yards. This is the 4th game this season out of 7, or 6.5, in which he has gained over 170 yards.
Got a little note here. Should they put a spy on Cam Newton? I said, if it's not Ray Lewis, it's not going to work.
And there's a sack. Well, the red zone stats now as we go inside the 20. Brought to you by Verizon. 5 trips today, and they've scored on each one. 2 field goals, 3 touchdowns.
Loss of the play, 6 yards. 3rd down, 20-11.
Fannin is the running back. Mike Berry, number 66, has had a really good day. Into the right corner, up in the air, caught. No, out of bounds. That was Terrell Zachary, number 81. Covered by Darius Winston, number 21.
He got his right foot down, but it was clearly on the line. A little dark right there, but his right foot comes down right on the line. Good call.
That's going to bring Wes Byram on. He's 2 for 2 today. This will be from 28 yards. Josh Harris is the snapper. Neil Caudill puts it down. The kick is up. Got it. And on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, the Tigers increase the lead now, 30-21. Well, sometimes the eyes have it. Do they ever? 30-21, 10:44 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and impressive that drive was. Remember, Cam made all those plays on it. The stop for no touchdown, again, just surviving right now for Arkansas until they can get their offense going. They know they can move the ball against this Auburn secondary.
Kobe Hamilton back to return the punt. Wes Byram will kick off. Hamilton 2 yards into the end zone. And for the 2nd time in this ball game, nailed inside the 15-yard line. Emory Blake, number 80, the wide receiver, led the special teams. Now Red Lobster presents today's Scholar Athlete. Where's number 4 for Auburn? Zach Etheridge graduated in December 2009, working toward a 2nd degree with a GPA of 3.45. Red Lobster's commitment to the investment of our future, shown today by donating $1,000 to Auburn University's General Scholarship Fund. Tyler Wilson at quarterback. We will not see Ryan Mallett for the remainder of the day. And the handoff goes to Brandon Broderick Green. He runs into Zach Clayton, number 98.
DJ Williams has been a little quiet in this football game for Arkansas. He'd be a very nice target for your backup quarterback to get the ball to. He had 1 block, 1 catch I think he had early, as I remember.
Van Stuman is the fullback now in this high formation play. Play action. Wilson pulls it up. There you go. Right on cue. DJ Williams makes the catch.
Yeah, you got a backup quarterback. I've done this, Verna, as a backup quarterback. I did it. You know, you don't get a lot of snaps, so you got to keep your head in the game as a backup quarterback and be ready mentally. You stand in the back of the thing and you just pretend you're out there running every play. But as a play caller, Petrino's got 2 things going. He knows he's got to score because they're not having great success stopping Auburn, but you also have to protect your quarterback a bit. Tight end usually answers that.
3rd and 1. Play action. Wilson, a lot of time. Man open, incomplete. Had to go up, and the catch, the stop is made by DeMond Washington. A flag is down.
Hit to the head of the quarterback? Yes, it is. That was an unusual play call there, wasn't it? A deep ball on a 3rd and short. Maybe the guy to the short play was not available to get. I think it was Igwe.
Foul.
It was.
Roughing the passer. Number 94 on the defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Nosa Igwe.
Yep.
Redshirt freshman out of Mansfield, Texas. We mentioned he was given the starting spot 3 games ago. Now that's the reaction of the crowd watching the replay. Now here's Mallett on the left and Wilson on the right. Ryan Mallett, remember, started 0 for 4, and then he hit 6 out of 11 before the injury. First down and 10. Wilson, the 6'3", 215-pound redshirt sophomore. Right side. Oh, he got loose. That's Ronnie Wingo, number 20.
I think now the practice that Wilson got this spring, when Ryan Mallett was the guy standing behind the huddle, is really paying off for your backup quarterback.
I mentioned Keith Jackson, who is, I think many of you remember, was an All-American at Oklahoma, tight end, played with Philadelphia, now does Arkansas radio. He thought Wilson would play very well. Said he's patient. And here's the Joe Adams catch. That's another first down.
Yeah, I kind of chuckled. He said he doesn't have a big arm. Well, nobody has a big arm next to Ryan Mallett. One of the things at this stadium that is a little bit different, and Tyler Wilson has to note this, he doesn't have a lot of experience. The play clock is situated very low on the field. A lot of traffic between him and that play clock. It's not up there. Look at that. That's only like 8 feet off the ground. Tough one to find.
Play action again. Flag. This one could come back. I'm just guessing. At any rate, DeMond Washington knocks it down. It was intended for Greg Childs, but it's going to be holding.
Yeah, interesting decision here for Gene Chizik. Incomplete pass, 2nd and 10. You're going to move him back 10 yards?
I say yes.
Think he would.
Yeah. Mentioned before, Gene Chizik was the defensive coordinator here for 3 years. He and Bobby Petrino on the staff for 1 year, 2002. Petrino, the offensive coordinator. Petrino left, took the Louisville job.
Holding. 71 on the offense. 10-yard penalty. Down remains first.
Tommy Tuberville, of course, was the head coach in 2002, and they're right in the middle. Mr. Chizik and Mr. Petrino got the idea in separate conversations that they went about their business, and both family guys. Gene Chizik said, we didn't have a lot of time to spend a lot of time together. First down, 20. Wilson rolling right. This is escapability he has, but wow.
And none of the receivers were able to come back and help him on the play. They were in the middle of their routes way downfield, and by the time they turned around to look to help, it was almost too late.
Mike Blanc, number 93, is the guy who was chasing. Lance Ray got him. 30-21 is the score now. Undefeated Auburn at home. It was 24-21. They've gotten back-to-back field goals, but the key for the Razorbacks, the concussion suffered by their quarterback, Ryan Mallett, with 9:42 to go in the first half of play. He is not going to play for the rest of the ball game. On the draw play, left side on 2nd down. And they move it out to the 48-yard line. It's Ronnie Wingo, number 20. Let's revisit this Ryan Mallett injury. It came on a play fake, and they went for the touchdown pass in the end zone. Back, chased by Fairley. We think that's when it happened.
Yeah, We looked at his ribs, his arm, but evidently on the other side of the pile there, his head hit the ground, and that was the concussion.
The other point here was a very controversial call of a touchdown and or a fumble. It was ruled on the field a touchdown for Auburn. Inside route, it'll be 4th down. That's Joe Adams, number 3.
And that in-between field right now. Do you punt it or do you go for it?
Well, let's see. 6:45 to go. Clock running. Fourth and 6.
He's going to go for it.
Wingo, DJ Williams are in. Tyler Wilson on 4th down and 6. Auburn comes across the middle, diving catch.
Short. It was short.
He caught it, but he's short. I believe the ball will be spotted at the 38-yard line, in between the 37 and 38.
And this will be, if it's close, I think this is a reviewable play, obviously. It is very close. Tyler did not get a lot on this. It's a hot throw. He's got the tight end wide open. If he delivers it to GJ, it's an easy 1st down. The ball was way short, and now the official gave him a good spot. Let's see if it's good enough to start with.
Oh, my goodness.
Is, but now, where did the ball? Now, this one will be reviewed. Okay, this one you got to see where. And if I was Arkansas, I would do a quick snap if I could.
Previous play is under further review.
Agony written on the face of Bobby
It has to go
Petrino.
just almost to the 38-yard line for a 1st down. Let's see how he comes.
Now here again, the same rule applies as to the touchdown. The call was a 1st down.
Correct. But it is a reviewable play. Remember, his knee was down, but how far did the ball get? Can't tell on this one. It's going to be that almost the play we looked at when we looked at it live almost was the one that. It's kind of fun, isn't it?
Well, we get back to that old saw about the indisputable visual evidence.
Now remember, the new technology that the replay officials do have, I don't think Arkansas fans are going to believe it, to tell you the truth, but they got high-definition TVs now.
They do indeed.
So they are looking at it. The one from behind isn't going to be able to show exactly where the ball is. It's where the ball is.
And I'm not sure that one can give you any
After further
indication.
review, the ruling on the field stands.
I think they've got to. You know, the live call I thought was short, but the call on the field was the spot was good for the 1st down. 6:04 to go, 3rd quarter. You notice there wasn't a real vivid reaction from the crowd about that. 1st and 10 with 5:55 to go in the 3rd. Deep man open, caught. Ronnie Wingo, touchdown Arkansas.
Game of inches, isn't it? Inches one time against Arkansas, inches this time for Arkansas.
Wingo, chased by Craig Stevens. How about this for a backup quarterback on the road in Auburn? He's now 10 of 11 for 154 yards and 2 touchdowns. Extra point from Hucker is up and good. 2-point game.
Well, here's the matchup right here. Linebacker on running back. Let's see what happens. Coming out of the backfield. A little bit of a pick play. Did you see the wide receiver come down and try to get in the way? That caused just a moment of delay. Just a moment of delay for Stevens. And the ball was perfectly thrown. What a football game, huh?
and hang around. Ryan Mallett in the locker room with a concussion. His backup, Tyler Wilson, has come on and thrown for 2 touchdowns, 10 of 11. This is only the 9th game of his Arkansas career. He played in 7 before this season. This is his 2nd game of 2010. Aerial coverage of the SEC on CBS Sports provided by Goodyear.
Well, we talked about the last 2 times that Auburn had the ball. Remember, they kicked the field goal at the end of the half. And then as well as Cam Newton started out that drive, they held him to a field goal. Meanwhile, the last 2 times Arkansas had the ball, number 8 has led him to touchdowns.
Tejada's kick. It's a good one. From a yard in. This will be Ontario McCaleb.
He needs a block.
Foot race, which McCaleb almost wins. Well, he won. He came within a yard of a touchdown. Ontario McCaleb, 99 yards.
From on Broadway, got him down at the 1-yard line, but I thought 3 Arkansas defenders, at least 2, had a chance to get him. Remember now, we've had a blocked punt and now a 99-yard return. You got to make that tackle. Once he gets there, the kicker's not going to stop him. Broadway's the last man to have a chance, but special teams has turned against Arkansas.
Broadway's tackle brings McCaleb down at the 1.
I bet there's only one guy that's going to touch the ball now.
Think? First and goal.
Delay a game.
Whoa.
That's big.
Whoa, is it ever?
Delay of game, offense, penalty 5 yards. Now remains first.
And we asked Gus Malzahn if, hey, with all this substitution and everything, have you had a delay a game? And he said, no, not one all year. That grabbed the whole staff there. The coaching staff. Remember, anybody can call timeout there. Nobody saw that one.
Newton grabbed and brought down at the 5-yard line.
Remember, that play clock is very low, and it's tough for the coaches to see it. We've got it superimposed over the screen here, but obviously no one for Auburn saw it, coaches or players. Quarterback's job. Quarterback's job.
2nd down goal. Newton up the middle. Down at the 1.
Back where they started, right?
But 3rd down, yes.
Right.
Tremaine Thomas grabbed Newton on this one. 3rd and goal from just outside the end zone.
They're not kicking any field goal if they don't make this one, unless they lose some yardage.
.30-28, 4:15 to go in the 3rd. Newton almost bobbled the snap, but he leaps over the line of scrimmage into the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn.
Well, we said he has the body of a tight end. He runs like a wide receiver, and he flies like Reggie Bush.
Byram's extra point is good. So Arkansas scores to cut it to 2. Ontario McCaleb, look at the smile. Cameron Newton will charm you. He's absolutely a delightful young man and a pretty decent quarterback. Cam Newton has another touchdown. He's got 23 for the year, 37-28 now, 4:10 to go in the 3rd quarter. And the Aflac trivia question, of course, Cam Newton, a transfer, started at Florida. Who's the only transfer player? Doc Blanchard, 1945.
How about that, though? 65 years. We haven't had one since. And, These two guys are legit. Of course, Ryan's out of this football game, and but Cam Newton, when you have an undefeated football team and you're putting up those kind of yards, you're in the middle of it.
4:10 to go third quarter. And already 37 for Auburn, 28 for Arkansas. That one will be down in the end zone. Kobe Hamilton. All right, Tim, thank you. We may get a few more scores here. Tyler Wilson on in place of the injured Ryan Mallett. Out with the concussion that occurred at the 9:42 clock spot in the second quarter. Little flea flicker. Going deep, man coverage down there. The catch is made. Caught at the 27 by Greg Childs.
You know, the flea flicker, usually you try to fool somebody. Nico Thorpe was not fooled. He was man-to-man coverage all the way. You can get this throw anytime you want in the game. A deep, we almost hit the camera on that one.
Yes.
Came right by you. One-on-one against Nico Thorpe, and he was in coverage. He just did not make the play. Both of these secondaries are struggling with the ball in the air.
54 yards on that one. Here's Joe Adams tries to get a block. Nico Thorpe sheds the block and gets up to knock Joe Adams out of bounds. Now, Arkansas fans know the saga of Tyler Wilson. He was a two-year starter at Greenwood High School, led them to back-to-back state championships, had a prolific high school career, threw for more than 8,000 yards in high school, 93 touchdowns, and he's on in place of the injured Ryan Mallett, and he has been brilliant. 12 of 13. That one's caught. Wow. Touchdown. Whoa, on a rope.
Oh, my goodness.
Joe Adams.
There's not a backup in the country that can throw a ball like that. The ball is supposed to be completed, Vern, 18 to 22 yards downfield on that seam. You can't do it any better than that. That ball was never more than 10 feet off the ground. And for the sixth straight game, Arkansas has thrown for more than 300 yards combined between him and Mallett.
Well, that took 50 seconds.
Gee.
Extra point from Hunter is up and good.
3 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the third
Ball
quarter.
started on the 23. So you're going to want to throw that ball right around the 5 to 3 yard line. Look at the deep zone, two safeties, fire it right over the middle linebacker, right on the 3 yard line. Perfect throw and execution.
We've got 87,451 who paid their way in here. Others assorted friends and family. Here are the two unhappiest guys in the building. On the left, Willie Robinson. His title, Defensive Coordinator, Arkansas. On your right, Ted Roof. His job, Defensive Coordinator, Auburn.
Yeah. And right now, the numbers are already pinball. And, you know, Robinson goes, oh, my God, it's my turn now. And I don't really know if there's an answer. I only think you have one way to combat these guys. I think you've got to eat up space for the quarterback. I think you've got to get to Newton before he gets started. I think you got to go at him. You got to tell your corners, like, listen, I don't know, try to stop him, but we got to go after their quarterback. We're just sitting back and watching him run is not going to work.
Tejada will kick off again. Washington and McCaleb are deep again, and last time we saw this vision, McCaleb returned it 99 yards. This will be Washington from the 6. Breaks a couple of tackles and gets out to the 27.
And the only reason that Auburn has less yards is because of the 99-yard kickoff return.
Now just coming out of the locker room in street clothes. Here's 6'6" Ryan Mallett. Had such high hopes for today and then suffered the concussion in the second quarter.
And with the new head injury rules now in the NFL or in college football, if you get nicked, you can fight all you want to get back in the game. They ain't putting you back in the game.
First down 10. Auburn leading again by 2. Newton.
Cam Newton on the carry.
Andrew Stewart makes this tackle. Well, here's how it stood when we came in. In the West, LSU undefeated, as is Auburn, 4-0, 3-0. Alabama knocked off by South Carolina last night. They get Ole Miss later tonight. The Razorbacks with that one loss to Alabama. But everybody is in play. Fanning, it's going to be third down.
Yeah, Arkansas needs help because if Alabama doesn't lose again, they get the tiebreaker. But Auburn and LSU control their own destiny, and really, for that matter, so does Alabama, obviously, because they play both of these teams, LSU and Auburn.
Third down, 6.
See if they come at them.
Third down.
Three wide to the left, one to the right. Mario Fannin is the running back alongside Cam Newton. Blitz. They come.
I think that's what you got to do there. I don't know any other way to do it.
They got him. First one there is Anthony Leon.
Now, you don't have a great secondary, so you're trying to hide him. But number one coming from the left side of the screen, comes inside and just eats up the space. I think that's the way you have to get him. You have to eat up space before Newton gets started. It's the only way. And that ain't going to work every play either. I mean, but I think that has to be the predominance of your calls. Come after him.
90 seconds to go, third quarter, and here is the second punt of the ball game. Stephen Clark, and Joe Adams is deep. Not very.
Can Petrino get any help from anybody but his quarterback in this football game?
Clark. Adams, fair catch. And let's go down to Tracy Wolfson.
Guys, Arkansas's defense was without their starting safety, Tremaine Thomas, for that drive. It looks as though he's dealing with a groin injury. They wrapped it up, but he's on the sidelines. No word if he'll return, guys.
Okay, thanks, Trace.
So now it's Ted Roof's chance.
Yeah.
Now, what does he do? The quarterback just hit 13 straight. And they're not going to stop throwing. I'm telling you.
Tyler Wilson missed his first pass attempt. He's hit 13 in a row. Play action. No, it's not. I beg your pardon. Hand off. Yeah, they should throw it.
They should throw it. You know, and it's not just, if you watch the tape, it kind of jumps out at you, Vern. Mike Hartline last week, Kentucky, went 23 for 28. Stephen Garcia, remember, he was pulled out of the game. As you can see, an injury to the offensive line right there. That's Ray Dominguez right there down. That's an important one, a tackle. But even Garcia had a big game throwing against these guys.
Right.
Oh, we got right from behind. The defender just was leaping to try to make the tackle and landed right on him. I don't know if it was Bates that landed on him, number 25. I couldn't tell.
I couldn't either. Well, time has been taken for the injury. Dominguez will be assisted to his feet. Will return right after these messages. 59 seconds to go, third quarter, 37-35. Second down for Arkansas. Tyler Wilson, the sophomore, on in relief of the injured Ryan Mallett, and he has been terrific. Goes right. And that one is good to Childs, and he might move the chain again.
Watch the subtle precision that a veteran receiver can set up a big play after the catch. He doesn't wait for the ball. Childs is out here. Watch, the ball comes to him, and he goes to the ball. Watch him go to the ball. Just that little movement created the space for him to get the extra yards. If he stands there and waits, he's got no momentum to run.
Childs with 4 catches for 110 yards. Now under center. Handoff. This is Niall Davis. And he works his way still upright. Oh, baby.
I bet he goes back to the huddle.
I bet he doesn't. Yeah, there'll be no joy. Nico Thorpe is having a very long afternoon. And that should be the final play. Let's see if they can get another snap. Well, they get 5 seconds. They might.
I think they'll just take a rest and make sure they get a good call to start the fourth quarter.
Well, cinch up the seatbelts. That's the end of 3. 37-35. I'm the guy who gets the game, do the game recap. We'll be back after this. Jordan-Hare Stadium, Auburn, Alabama. We welcome you back to the start of the 4th. 37-35 a moment ago out on the field as the team switched ends. Ryan Mallett in street clothes, wishing the best to his teammates. He can do nothing but cheer. And we begin the 4th for Lundquist, Gary Danielson, Tracy Wolfson, 37-35, and the Razorbacks have the ball. Right side, Niall Davis to the 23-yard line. Tackle made by Darren Bates.
You really got to wonder if you're either one of these teams. When you look at what you have to do on offense to cover up your defense, is it even possible to run the table for either one of these teams?
Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure on your offense to have to score this many points every game.
As much fun as this has been for us,
right,
and for the viewing audience,
long range.
There have been some deficiencies on defense that have been revealed. Off his back foot, that one incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. On 3rd down, there's the pass in the inside route. It is caught, and it's going to be Arkansas in for the touchdown. Greg Childs' 5th catch of the day.
Vern, this ball hit him right in stride. He accelerated through this slant. Childs is a wonderful receiver. Watch him accelerate way out here, accelerate into the throw. This ball is laid way out in the hole. Watch him just run through it. Runs right through it and then just goes to the end. Boy, that is, I did either one of these seconds. I'm telling you, both coordinators are going to have to go after the quarterback. They got no choice.
And the Razorbacks will go for 2. The previous play is under review. Ryan Mallett looks on. How about the day for Tyler Wilson? Comes on 9:52 remaining in the 2nd quarter. And he's now 15 of 17 for 270 yards. They are reviewing.
In the last one before this throw, he threw the ball away to avoid a sack, which was a smart play.
So they are trying to determine if he broke the plane.
He landed on the defender.
How about the knee?
As his knee goes down, yeah. I think the ball is right there. Remember, it's called a touchdown again.
Right.
I don't think we've got anything to overturn it. Clearly, that ball has broken the plane maybe about 3 feet off the ground. I think this one's going to stand.
Greg Childs.
He was a nightmare last year for Auburn. He caught 3 big fade passes against him. He's having another nightmare game. 5 for 133 so far in the game.
Here's Penn Wagers.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
Up by 4, deciding to go for 2 here. The way he's throwing the ball, geez, who knows? I think he's going like, we're not going to stop him. We need every point we can get.
Roll out. Drills it. Caught. Yep. 2 points are good. Childs again.
How about his awareness? Childs right there. He knew he was going to go out of bounds, so he reached his right foot down first. Watch the awareness. On the run, he knows he's going to go out of bounds. Watch him tap his right foot first. Wonderful play.
Tyler Wilson, who came on in relief of this man, Ryan Mallett. Hogs lead. Try for 2 was good, and there is your Geico scoring recap. Gary, take over.
You cut your career by about 2 or 3 years with that one, didn't you?
I'm going to sit down for the remainder of the game.
Arkansas has 482 yards so far in this game, Vern, with their backup quarterback, and there's plenty of time left. So here we go. Remember how it ended the last time Cam Newton was on the field. There's Garrick McGeehee, the offensive coordinator. We had a shot at him with Tyler Wilson. Remember, they blitzed him. They ate up some space. Now, what will the adjustment be? Will they continue to blitz? As we look at the possession chart, it's those 2 field goals when they couldn't get anything out at the end of the half. Back-to-back times, Arkansas scored.
Here's Newton. Right side, puts it on the line.
Yeah, he wasn't anticipating the blitz there. That's one of those pitch and catch, expecting the blitz.
That's a gain of 12. Catch made by Darvin Adams. Mario Fannin tripped. Looked like he was going to shake loose and get into the secondary, and he's caught and dropped by Anthony Leon, number 1.
When we talked about Auburn needing 80 plays in the football game, need 29 more. However,
yes,
when the other quarterback's 15 for 17, they may need more.
Newton, great coverage. And despite that, he catches the Cody Burns, number 18, the former quarterback. Yes, it was.
Elton Ford, number 9, you can't do it much better than that. I mean, they go, wait a second, this guy can run like this. He's hard to tackle. I've got me in coverage. He puts it right there on the spot. The irony of Cody Burns being the receiver and Cam Newton being the quarterback.
Yes. As Cam Newton went to Florida, Cody Burns signed with Auburn. Quick screen. Emory Blake, number 80, to the 30-yard line, another first down.
Yeah, let's quickly recap that story. Cam Newton lives close to Auburn, said, I always wanted to go to Auburn, but their number 1 quarterback was Cody Burns. When he was going to go to Auburn, I decided to go to Florida. 3 years later, spot opened up, he's back on the football team.
First down, Newton, 5 yards back. Arkansas brings forward. Fannin inside the 20 to the 17. Defense has become a forgotten craft for these two. Wow.
See it, that was the zone read, and this time Cam Newton just kept it. I mean, if there's any team that's more ready for a close game, it's got to be Auburn. I mean, 4 of their games have gone right down to the wire.
And they've won 3 of them by 3 points each. There's the give. This is Fannin again. Second down.
Well, you know number 2 is going to have the ball on this one. He's either going to be running it or throwing it.
2nd and 8.
See what Willie Robinson dials up. Does he come after him now?
Second down, 8.
Sure looks it.
He's done it before, hasn't he? Newton, deep in the middle, got a man open. Touchdown! Emory Blake, number 80, makes the grab. 15 yards. Why would you expect anything other than another touchdown?
Yeah, it's just poor technique in the secondary for Arkansas.
Emory Blake's father, Jeff, a 14-year veteran quarterback in the NFL. Extra point, Byram up and good. Cam Newton has thrown for another. Gene Chizik shows him his appreciation. Cameron Newton. What a show he's putting on for his head coach, Gene Chizik. Beautiful shot of the moon, and it's taken from the blimp. Aerial coverage of the SEC on CBS Sports, provided by Goodyear. Isn't that a pretty scene? And just last night, they opened a brand new basketball arena here. Intimate facility, seating just under 10,000. Beautiful from the outside. We were hoping to sneak a peek last night, but weren't quite able. The Globetrotters were here last night, right? Did you know that?
Well, this defense for both sides.
Nice segue. Okay.
I don't want to say it reminds me of anything, but
right.
It does. I'll show you some poor technique by Elton Ford, number 9 on this one. That you just can't make these type of mental mistakes when you're trying to play and blitz the quarterback.
44-43 in the defensively oriented Southeastern
Yeah,
Conference.
right.
I remember when did Auburn and Mississippi State played that 3-2 thriller? There we go. This is Kobe Hamilton. Let's go back and look at the touchdown. The latest touchdown.
First thing to notice, there is no help in the middle of the field. So if you're playing man-to-man on a receiver, you must force him to the outside. Watch Elton Ford, number 9. He lets him get inside, doesn't even put a hand on him, and just makes it an easy throw. That is just too easy of a play.
Trooper Taylor on the sidelines. He gets a little enthusiastic. Now, is there any reason to believe that Auburn can stop Arkansas?
We'll find out. What are they going to do? They're coming after them. They are.
Wilson lets it go.
Wonderful catch.
Greg Childs again. That's good for a first down.
Well, our guys up here have been frantically searching for some notes about Tyler Wilson. Okay, as he throws this wonderful one to Greg Childs. I mean, he's an NFL receiver playing in college. Look at him pluck this thing. But I'll give you some irony. Bo Mattingly, who does sports talk radio in Fayetteville, said Tyler Wilson had committed to go to Gus Malzahn in Tulsa. And then Malzahn got the job at Auburn. Petrino talked him into going to Arkansas.
How about that? Here's first down. Wilson, again, that inside.
So Gus Malzahn right now is going, yeah, I recognize exactly what this kid brings to the table because I had him coming with me to Tulsa.
Malzahn is connected to a lot of guys in college football. There's Mitch Mustaine, who's the backup quarterback at USC. Gus told us yesterday he talked to him last week.
Right. But how about that? He comes here, Tyler decommits, Petrino says, come join me, and all of a sudden it's a shootout here in the SEC.
Second down 3. Niall Davis going left, cut short of the... It's going to be 3rd and 1. Off the bench, Tyler Wilson, and take a look at the 4 TDs he's thrown. There's one.
Right to the outside. This one was just put up with just his guy could get it and no one else.
2.
The second one was on a short yardage play. That throw to the middle of the field was an NFL throw, and this one, Childs just shows you what a skilled receiver can do on a short pass.